Racing for the second consecutive night. Today we are at Bristol Motor Speedway for the running of this 250 lap race at Bristol, even though it's technically titled the O'Reilly 200, and in real life this race was 200 laps. For some reason this game's given us an extra 50, so I'm not going to complain. An extra 50 laps of short track racing at my favorite racetrack. Haven't qualified, not going to practice for this race either, so jumping into things here. A couple minutes behind, sorry for that, but I've got some storms coming my way, so I don't want to waste any more time just in case the power goes out. We need to get this race in about less than an hour and a half from now, which I would like to think that I should be able to do, because this is probably going to be one of the shortest races of the season. Albeit it was supposed to be 200 laps, but going to be 250 tonight. Oh, I'm already too tight. I can feel it. Yeah, I'm too snug. That's what I get for not practicing. It almost seems a little loose in the center of the corner. That was not good at all. Now, qualifying is broken in this game at particular racetracks, because there is no way I was going to run a 14.384, which is what Travis Quapple ran to get the pole. But I am definitely too tight. Let's take a half round of wedge out of it. Whoop. Just defaults in the setup. That's not what I want to do. Drop the air pressure just a bit. All right. Well, it looks like we're starting at the back. Jackson Robinson, Matthew Dorter, Bruno, Bam Hall, Wade. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. All righty. I'm doing good today. Hopefully you guys are too. So we get another NASCAR weight race in. All right, green flag. Well, good thing we got an extra 50 laps to go from the back to the front. Take our time. Take our time. Hopefully the setup is better for this than what it was in qualifying. Just got to tiptoe through the field. You just got to trust. I qualified towards the back a lot on NASCAR weight for whatever reason and still win a vast majority of the races, at least through the truck and the Busch series. Oh, man. Field kind of log jam there. I'll make 3 wide passes as long as I'm on the bottom 3 wide. I'm surprised that they postponed the Red Wings, or not the Red Wings, the Tigers game this early. I did see that right before I went live. It's actually the slight minute delay that I ended up having before the start of the stream. I was just looking at the weather. It's just giant wall of thunderstorms that are supposed to hit the Midwest, or have been hitting the Midwest, but they're supposed to get to where I'm at here about 7:30. Somebody blowing an engine at the bottom of the racetrack. It's not coming from Detroit. It's straight moving west through east, but it's basically going to be hitting me about the same time Detroit is. I'm just surprised that they postponed the game already, considering it's not raining up there at the moment. Yeah, it is supposed to be in the 90s, mid to upper 90s for a few days through the weekend into next week. Is that another truck that's blowing a motor, or the same truck that's still trying to get to pit road? I couldn't tell for sure. 8 laps were already up to 16th. Like I said, just tiptoeing through the field. I got to stop overdriving the truck in qualifying and just, you know, wherever I qualify is where I qualify. I was on the pole yesterday. It helped me win. Starting last today. Especially in the trucks, Or contact there. Bit wiggly. Get through this field, no problem. Gotta pause it for a quick second. I don't know if the audio's on the game. Okay, it is. I paused it for nothing. You guys are like, yeah, the audio's fine. I don't know what he's talking about. All right. 3.5 seconds off the lead. 11th place. Just ran my fastest lap. 16.050. Gotta run. Tell you what, I've only made contact with 2 trucks getting through the field, but it got me a bit loose both times. I scraped the wall a bit. Oh! That was on me. We're good. I floated up the racetrack and I tried to cover the bottom before he got underneath me, and I was a little late. I'll get in a rhythm eventually. The no practice, and considering this is the first oval I've raced on in a couple months. Taking me some getting used to. Saw me overdriving the truck so badly in qualifying. Not that the setup was great either, but I'm not going to blame it all on the setup. I think Quapple's led every lap so far from the pole. He blew an engine and finished dead last yesterday at Watkins Glen. Hey, I'm there, buddy. This guy's crowding me. I guess I did the same thing to the truck behind me, so I shouldn't complain. There we go. Got him. Michael Turner, welcome to the stream. Fly out of Chicago to Orlando. Yeah, that's a long travel. I mean, flight time's not going to be that long, but just distance from point A to point B. Yeah, I'm not complaining about the heat, though. I mean, it's summertime. I mean, I've lived in Northwest Ohio my whole life, and it still mind boggles me that it was like in the 50s 3 weeks ago. Now it's going to be in the mid to upper 90s, like near 100. I mean, we literally go from spring to summer in the flip of a switch. It's not like it's a slow transition. It's slow in the transition because it's cold for so long before it actually gets warm. Then it's warm for a few months and it comes and goes so quickly, and it's cold again. Oh, the AC is on. Not to tell me twice. It still gets warm in this room, but that fan's going to be off during the live commentary streams this weekend. I'm curious to see how warm it's actually going to get in. Can't be that bad. Done it before. I'll do it again. So we got up to, what, 16th in the span of like 8 laps, so we've only gained 9 positions over the last 20 laps or so. I mean, we're still moving through the field, but as we've gotten to faster race trucks, It's definitely taking a little bit longer than what it was looking like from how the race began. Battling TJ Bell for 6th currently. Driving as Mike Skinner for the season, of course. And looking to extend our win streak as well, trying to go for 10 wins in a row tonight in the Truck Series. And yes, this is Legend difficulty, but I just think the AI are so easy in the Truck and the Busch Series in this game. Because I don't win as much in the Cup, but these Truck and Busch races, I'm the driver to beat 9 times out of 10. No matter where I qualify. Probably because we're in the best equipment, though, too. Especially in the trucks, there's so many fantasy drivers. And the way the grading system is with the equipment on this game, it's crucial that we have as good of equipment as we do. So the Cup side with Casey Kane for Evernham, we're in like B-tier equipment, so that's why it's a little bit more competitive. I was going back through my NASCAR 08 notes yesterday in preparation for the stream and just kind of see how I was doing on the seasons up to this point, because it had been a couple months. And I actually forgot I was racing as Casey Kane on the Cup season. I was like, oh yeah, that's right. I forgot you guys voted for me to race as Casey Kane. Well, we made it to 5th. That last lap we put down was our quickest of the race, 15.128. I just ran a sub 15-second lap, 14.885. Oh, yeah, we're pushing the pace now. And that little bit of clean air. This lap's not going to be as quick as I just got against the wall off turn 2. What the heck? How'd I still run my... I don't even know anymore. 14.701. I ran my fastest lap of the race while I scraped the wall off turn 2. That didn't make any sense to me. All over Chad McCumbee. I think I got him right here. Full slide job, all clear. There we go. Give it that spot. Sliding around. I forgot the tire wear was quite substantial on this game. You can definitely feel I've been driving around for 42 laps. Oh, man. Fading wide. Johnny Benson going for 2nd on Eric Darnell. Should open up a gap for us to get by Darnell as well. Follow our teammate Johnny Benson. And now we might be able to pick Benson behind these couple of lap trucks up here. I tried, but now the lappers are side by side right in front of us. Forcing it. We're good. We're good. There we go. Going for the lead. All right. Took 46 laps to go from last to first. I mean, we've got to be the favorite to win every single truck race. outside of a super speedway. I mean, there's just no way we can lose without making a massive mistake. Which I'm not going to say it's impossible for me to do. We still have 200 laps left in this race. Like, I can fudge it up somehow, but as long as I keep my full focus in. I still don't think the truck's handling as good as I want it to. I think there's room for improvement there. It definitely felt like I was more perfect when hitting my marks yesterday at Watkins Glen compared to what I have been so far in this one, too. It's starting to slide around on me. I get through the center of the corner, and that's when it's starting to slip out from underneath me a bit. I freed it up from where it was in qualifying because I felt like I was too tight in qualifying. And because I didn't run any sort of laps in practice, now I'm getting a feel of how the truck's handling on the long run. And it's definitely freeing up more and more and more. I can't hold a line right now. Yeah, you can tell I'm getting free because the right rear is the first tire that's starting to wear out on us. We haven't even gotten halfway out of gas yet. This should still be a one-stop race. At least I'd like to think. But if I don't save the tires, I'm going to have to pit twice for tires in this race. 50 laps for that right rear to be in the yellow already. That's pretty quick. Considering I have to go 125 on fuel to make it on one stop. So it's only going to get looser and looser and looser. I got to find a happy medium. I took the air pressure down took the wedge down, one round all the way around. I think I got to go up a half a round on the next stop and try to find that happy medium for mainly the long run pace is the big thing I'm worried about right now. Earl, thanks for tuning in. Should have left it, the setup? I would have been plowing tight short run wise. I mean, on the long run, it might have ended up working out. It's kind of one of those deals like, okay, I came from the back to the front. I could have used my tires up getting through the field also. Sure, there's that. Power slid off turn 4 there. I'm sure you guys saw it. Oh, boy. Yeah, this isn't good. I shouldn't be moving around like this early in the run. Not here. 50 laps on a mile and a half, okay, that's the end of a fuel run nearly, but not at Bristol. Not even halfway through the fuel run. I just got the lead like 15 laps ago, and I might end up giving it up right away. I gotta try to back these corners up more and more. I'm trying so hard to just race Quaffle behind me that I'm making some slight mistakes, and the truck's just not where I want it to be. I think if we catch a caution, I'm going to pit, even if everybody else stays out. We've lapped some trucks, so we won't go all the way to the tail, but I need fresh tires and an adjustment. And we get 3 sets of tires, so might as well throw one of them on there. Maybe being a Zamboni driver one day. I wonder how much that pays. I mean, you get to go to every game. Home game, at least. I'd assume it probably pays just as good, if not better, than what I already work. All right. This is the first lap truck we're going to catch since getting really loose. We'll see how this is going to work out. Just got to hope it doesn't get too snappy. I also got to make sure I don't overcorrect it. Somebody to my outside. I don't have that extra concrete above me to try to let the truck float up the track. I can't afford that anymore. Well, if I can get through traffic better than Quapple, even with how bad the truck is handling right now, take a little bit of the pressure off of me. Does anybody know when exactly I hit halfway out of gas? I wasn't paying attention. Oh. I actually didn't know I was halfway out of gas until I just noticed the right front started wearing out on me a little more. Because to make it to lap 125, we had to go 63. I would assume, for fuel purposes, I should be able to get to halfway. Should. Guys were jamming me up pretty good. I also noticed the more I clip the apron while I'm on the throttle, that definitely makes the truck a bit loose also. If I start to go down there at all, I can kind of coast it and it grips up okay. But the minute I touch the gas when I have like only leps on there, it's just too much of a transition from the banking to the flatness of the apron for me to have the grip I need. Tell you what, I really don't want to have to make a green flag pit stop here either. This is one of those tracks where on these EA games we tend to get cautions in the middle of green flag pit stops, and it's because of the two different pit lane entries. So you got trucks coming in as trucks are trying to leave, and somebody's going to end up turning someone else. More than likely. Very few times we make it through an entire green flag pit stop sequence at Bristol in these games. Favorite driver in the truck series during this time? Probably Todd Bodine. Like, I get asked nowadays, like, who my favorite driver is in, like, the truck and the Xfinity series, and I don't really think it matters much because there's so much of a revolving door, but in my childhood when I was growing up, and if I was watching the truck or the Busch series, which wasn't as regularly, but when I would watch, it was the same guys that were running year in, year out. You know, sometimes they would swap teams like they would in the Cup series, but there are a lot of truck series lifers, for instance. especially in the truck series, more so than the Busch side. And yeah, I would lean towards Todd Bodine. He was probably my favorite of those truck regulars back in the mid-2000s, late 2000s. Did I want it? No, I don't. It's not an aspiration of mine. I think it'd be cool to ride on the side of one, like during intermission one of those times, just to say I've done it. It'd be a cool, unique job, but it's not something I'm aspiring to be necessarily. Oh, I'm about to wreck. I should have wrecked. Keep it green. We're good. I hit him the first time, and then when I hit the apron, I got even more loose. And I overcorrected right back up into him. I thought I was going to kind of T-bone myself up against the wall, but I just kind of hit the wall and drove off of it. A caution would be okay, but not if I'm the cause of it. Because then I can't pit for fuel or tires. And I need tires. We'll say the track really opened up once we finally got by that guy. Still only have about a 1.2 to 1.3 second lead. I think Quapple's still in second. Yeah, he's still in second. He started on the pole, led the first 45 laps. We've led every lap since, so we're pretty even in laps led currently. It's going to be up to the pit crew here in a little bit to try to keep us the lead. And if we do start the green flag pit stops, we also got to hope that we make it all the way through and don't get trapped a lap down. Another truck blowing up. That's at least 3 drivers now that have blown an engine already. Less than 100 laps at Bristol. That's not a long time. Yeah. This thing is still wobbly. Yeah, that right rear's in the red now. I hope it can make it halfway. I really hope. I do my best to try to take care of it as much as possible. And to do that, I got to keep as steady of a wheel as possible and not get too loose. The more loose I get, the more and more it's going to burn the right rear tire up. I mean, I got to nurse this thing to halfway. It's just so floaty through the middle of the corner. The big thing when I get snappy like that, I got to keep it off the apron because I get snappy and then I clip the apron and it gets even worse. But it just kind of floats there without me really trying to steer down that way. So hesitant to try to pass that guy. Got him. For this guy next, there we go. Got a 1.4 second lead. Couple lappers between myself and Quapple. Oh boy, I really thought I was going to make contact with him. I didn't feel too great getting off of the corner. Oh, there I go. Yep. We're good. Yes, I do need to make some adjustments, actually. True, Chief. I've needed adjustments for like 50 laps now. I just haven't caught a caution. This must be some of the mental pain some of these drivers have to deal with at a track like Bristol when they have to go like 50 laps with an ill-handling car. They're like, can we just please get a caution? It just doesn't happen. Because you're stranded. You can't make a pit stop here. You'll go multiple laps down if a caution comes out. Oh boy. Federico Sanchez, thanks for tuning in. No, I didn't even know they had a podcast, to be completely honest. Honestly, the only podcast I really watch on a semi-regular basis, and it's usually on the replays at some point during the week leading up into the next NASCAR race weekend, is the NASCAR Weekly podcast, and that's just because I've been listening to that since 2018, which I think was their first season. And it kind of helps with my live commentary streams because I'm up to date on whatever news has happened throughout the course of the week, because it usually comes out in the middle of the week. So if I ever missed something while I was at work, I get informed that way. It's a good listen while I'm pulling my notes on like a Friday or a Saturday for qualifying for that particular weekend. Because it takes me a couple hours usually to pull all the notes that I end up pulling. Ugh. Let second place pass me? That ain't happening. We got a 1.4 second lead. I mean, if I start losing the lead, he gets there, that'd be one thing, but I've got a gap on him right now. I'm just trying to do what I can to manage it. It's about as large of a lead as we've had, really, this whole race. Just gotta make it 10 more laps. Hope that the right rear doesn't blow out. I keep a lower exit off of the corners, and I notice the truck doesn't want to slide out from underneath me. It's that transition from the huge banking to the flatness of the straightaways that's really throwing the truck off. Like, it's light in the center of the corner, and then it gets really light off the exit again with that transitioning. Thought he was going to hit me. He definitely crowded me. Did not want to lose his lap. Now the lefters in the red. We're at the mercy of our tires. The lack of whatever rubber's left on it. We're probably courting at this point. Lost a little bit of that lead. It was 1.6. Now it's down to about 1.2. Fuel's getting light. I still got to push this as far as I can because I don't want to be the first to pit here. Just don't trust that this race is going to go green. All right, halfway this time by. Catching another long line of lappers. Our pit box is going to be on the front stretch. It's because it always is on these EA games, even though I technically started last. I'm going to go one more lap. Hang on to it. And they just stalled out that upper lane there. All right, I'm pitting. I want to speed. Gonna put a half around a wedge into it. Try to tighten it up just a bit. It was definitely loose for the majority of that run. No air pressure adjustments. 4 tires of fuel. Here we go. Gonna fall off the lead lap for a bit. Just gotta hope that we stay green. Oh my gosh! Well, we didn't need that. He just drove right into the side of me. I take it he was trying to pit there. And instead of braking and falling in line behind me, he decided to try to beat me into the pits, and he was not clear. I held my line. I mean, it was... Jeez. I was going to stay on the apron until I got to the back straightaway, and that guy had other ideas. Gosh darn it. Wow, I mean, made slight contact with a couple of guys throughout the course of the night, but he just murdered the right side of this racetrack. I knew we were going to catch a caution. I just didn't think I was going to be the cause of it. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we're a lap down. Oh. Got to see with our own 2 eyes. All right. Got to get our lap back and hope for another yellow. We still got a little over 100 laps left, so just got to keep fighting. Did make our adjustment. We got 2 sets of tires left, so if we catch a caution again, we can pit for tires because we'll probably be at the tail end of the lead lap. If we can get our lap back. Johnny Benson's leading. Man, big head of steam through the middle of the corner there. Got him. All right. Well, we're back on the lead lap. Man, dominated this race up until that happened. That's what I was worried about. My nightmare became a reality. I don't really watch AEW. I didn't even really catch much of Raw the other night, honestly. Just sidetracked to doing other things. I saw a bit of it. Oh my gosh! What just happened there? I think we got a speed glitch going on. Speed glitch at Bristol. I gotta get my lap back again. Man, he's way out there too. I thought I was at the point where I just had to sit and wait. I don't know if I'm in the... now I'm overdriving it. Johnny Benson is gone right now. This truck just turned into a rocket ship. There you go. Come on, get him. Okay, so that truck's in second. Because that wasn't a position. So that means if we do catch a caution, we are at least in the free pass spot. The problem is we'd have to line up behind the lap trucks also. Which is why I wanted to get my lap back, considering I'm in 15th. I'm floating up the racetrack just a little bit because I'm driving the entry hard. It's because the setup is tighter than what it was. It should free up over the course of the longer run. I get back the corner entry up more, which would obviously help also. I'm at the point right now, I'm just trying to push for all I got. I don't think I'm catching Johnny Benson. I mean, he is pulling away. I also got to hope he doesn't lap anybody else. Which is why the sooner a caution comes out, the better, because we're running out of laps quickly. 100 to go, and it's going to be like 50 to go here before we know it. Oh! Whoops. I've done that a few times a day. The driver I'd most want to hang for a day, Matt Kenseth, just to talk music with him. I mean, we're both huge Metallica fans, so for that reason, I would take Matt Kenseth. I just love talking music. I think of an active driver, probably Bubba Wallace. Because I know we listen to some of the same bands, too. He could probably get me some connections with some of them also. They need to inspect Johnny Benson's truck because he was not that quick before that caution came out. I mean, there's literally zero chance I'm going to be able to catch him. Unless he really gets held up in lap traffic. Oh. Keep digging. See, we're already down to 90 to go. I might be able to get away with freeing the truck back up again if we have a short run at the end of the race. Because it really didn't start getting loose on me until I got about 50 to 60 laps into the first run. So if we have a caution in the final 50 laps, I think I'm going to take that wedge that I put into it during the last stop right back out of it again. But yeah, other than that, if you're just tuning in for the first time, we caught a caution in the middle of green flag pit stops, so we went from leading the most laps to now a lap down in 15th. We passed a couple of trucks on the restart to get ourselves to being the first truck one lap down, so if a caution comes out, we will get the free pass. Johnny Benson's long gone right now, so I don't think I'm going to be able to unlap myself the old-fashioned way, so we're really hoping for a yellow here. But we've only had just the one, so it might not end up happening. Unless Benson blows an engine. There we go. Maybe he's just running so fast right now that he ends up blowing a motor Carson Hocevar style. It's running so fast that she's going to blow up. Quapple's in second again, by the way. He's been top two the whole race. Started on the pole. He led the first 45 laps. He hasn't led since, but he was on the right side of the caution. So much easier to overdrive the entry with the tighter setup. I definitely can't grip the bottom up early in the run like I did. I mean, the hope was that it was going to free up in a better state for later in the run. I could save the rear tires and have better long run speed, but I'm definitely lacking in the short run from what I had. So I went from being the fastest truck to the second fastest truck real quick. But Johnny Benson did not have this kind of track position early in the race either, so he's definitely capitalizing off of that too. I don't even know if he restarted in the lead, but he definitely got to the lead after the restart if he didn't while in the pits. Oh, the right rear is still fading. How does that happen? I like tighten the truck up and it still fades early in the run like it did before. I feel like I'm plowing the right front off of it way more. Oh, wow. We almost had a caution, too. There's so much smoke against the outside wall in turn two. You gotta be kidding me. See the skid marks. Oh, there's more. Oh, that might have been the same. That might have been the same smoke from the lap before. Come on, can we please catch a caution? Just give us a shot. Our win streak is in jeopardy, ladies and gentlemen. 9 in a row. At least I wasn't the one that fudged it up. And I had to pit. I mean, maybe I could have tried to save gas to run longer, but then I wouldn't have led as many laps. Probably wouldn't have been in the lead at all before that. It's tough. I mean, you can't just ride around saving gas to hopefully pit a few laps after everybody in case there's a caution in the middle of green flag pit stops. I just feel like I'm going to lose too much time. At the end of the day, you just got to go out there and race sometimes. And if it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. And the way it's shaping up right now, it so far hasn't been meant to be. I mean, I haven't given up yet because we still have about 66 to go. But, you know, we got down to 100 laps to go. And I even mentioned then these laps are going to wind down pretty quickly. And here we are about 34 laps later and still haven't seen a caution. It's just the fact that we've only had one in 184 laps. So that's why I'm not going to guarantee that we're going to get another one. Johnny Benson's catching the tail end of the field. And he's going to start lapping trucks before long. It seems like it's taking longer for the leader to get to the back of the field as well. About 40 laps or so. We caught lap traffic earlier. We've been green for definitely more than 40 laps. It was just after halfway. Probably been 50 to 60 laps. But if a caution comes out, we're not in the free pass position anymore, then it's not going to matter. It's another reason why we need one ASAP. Around and around we go, yep. This track can definitely make someone dizzy. I feel like if a race car driver were to get motion sickness, this would be the track to get motion sickness. I mean, the G-force is like every 3 seconds, really. Get that like 3 to 4 second breakdown each straightaway, and you're mostly turning around this racetrack. And I've really done a great job pulling away from everybody else behind me other than the race leader. And we did get around him initially, but then he just blew back past us and said, see you later. If there is a later. What a big slide. Ah, I couldn't catch it that time. $50 to go. Looking up at the leaderboard. We're still the first driver, one lap down so far. Portillas in 14th place is the last truck on the lead lap. We haven't had any engine failures since the caution. They had a few of them before the first yellow. None since. Somebody blow a motor, get ran into from behind. Please and thank you. Oh. Even with less than 50 to go, as far as trying to win the race goes, we're not going to have a lot of laps to go from 15th to 1st. Pushing too hard. The wall a couple times in the last few laps. Bottoming out that time. Is that why I got loose there? One thing I have noticed with this game, you take a corner with not enough speed and you tend to get a little too loose. It's very next-gen like. I'd like to think we'll catch the back of the field. Not going to really matter for us. My gosh. I probably hit the wall more times in the last dozen laps or so than I have the entire race before that. The truck's, it's not loosening up the longer the run goes like I was expecting it to when I put the wedge to try to tighten it up during the last stop. I definitely think we were quicker before, and I'm still not saving the right rear, so for that reason, I probably should have just left it the way it was, but that's hindsight. And that's also a problem with only having one pit stop because the race is so short. So you only had that one chance to try to make an adjustment. We tried and we failed. TJ Bell got by Quapple for third. I don't know when that happened. I just noticed it, though. Kloppa wasn't in second place anymore. Still in third, though. I forgot Craig Kinzer drives the 134 truck on this game. Which was not his real truck number. It's weird that they got the licensing to have him in the game, but they didn't get the license for the truck that he drives, so they put him in one of the fantasy trucks. Hey, he's top 10 in our point standings coming in. Oh, boy. Well, we got less than 30 laps to go. We've been holding out for a caution for nearly 100 laps now. We just haven't gotten one. Try to get the free pass and get back on the lead lap. And I do believe they overdrive the corner again. Yeah, we are still in the free pass spot. That was my smoke from the lap before. Not going to get too excited. There was only that one instance where there was a lot of smoke off turn 2 that it wasn't for me. And we almost had a crash somewhere around the track. We just didn't get it. That was a while ago now. Went from 17 cautions at Watkins Glen in a truck race last night to just 1 tonight at Bristol. If only we had like an even mix between the two races. Probably would have made things a lot more competitive in both races. Instead of us dominating on strategy at Watkins Glen, and would have at least given us a chance to get our lap back. I just realized we're in 14th now. Somebody blew up recently. It was not Johnny Benson. We are still a lap down. Oh, we got one spot. By toughing it out. $20 to go. Why are some white, others aren't? I think the white trucks are the trucks that are on the same lap as me, and the black trucks are the lead lap trucks, if I had to guess, but I don't know that for sure. I feel like it changes on a race-by-race basis. I mean, caution comes out now, it wouldn't even matter. There's no way I'd be able to get up to the lead. We'd only have 10 or less laps to go. Pocono ran a night race. I'm surprised that there wasn't a night race at Pocono in the older EA games. That was like one of the few tracks that they didn't have one. That I can remember, at least. Get those chase plates unlocked, and there were some tracks that didn't have lights at the time or still don't that have lights. Like Dover was always a cool one. The traditional Martinsville night race, the original one, before they actually had lights. Ten laps to go. Unless we get any other engine failures, 14th. That's what it looks like we're going to end up placing tonight. I believe this is the first finish since the second race of the year that's going to be a finish outside the top 10. We finished 19th at California in race number 2. So our second worst finish of the year. Coming at my favorite track. What a shame. We had a top 2 truck. I think Johnny Benson's going to end up leading the most laps. We're going to have the second most laps led, so we're only going to get 5 bonus points and not the 10. Now my truck's really starting to free up. So it was tight the whole run, and then when I got to the red on the tire wear, then it gets snappy free again. Just weird. I was expecting it to kind of slowly fade like it did on the first run, and it just didn't do that with the setup change. Nor did it burn the right front up like I was expecting. White flag. Well, you can't win them all. And we get to try again tomorrow night. Another short track tomorrow as well, Toyota Raceway Park. Half mile. And Johnny Benson going to win his first race of the season. 14th for Mike Skinner. 6-second margin to victory, 1 hour, 7 minutes, and 5 seconds total time on the race this evening. Johnny Benson led 119 laps. Quapple finished 4th from the pole. He led for 49. And we ended up finishing again in 14th. First truck a lap down, we led 82 laps. 13 trucks finished on the lead lap. 119.17 mile per hour average race speed, 3 lead changes, and just the 1 caution. I believe 4 DNFs. Yep, Spencer Claiborne, Wilson Eubanks, C. Chapman, and Chet Vance were the 4 that did not make it to the finish. All right. Well, I'm not going to bother with the point standings because, again, we got a massive lead because of having a 9-race win streak just before that last race win. We will end up winning the championship. It's just at what point are we going to clinch the title early to wrap up the Truck Series season. And I mentioned this a while back, but because it's been a couple of months since we have played NASCAR 08, I plan on doing the updated NASCAR playoff format and keeping track of points that way for a second season with this game to see if it's going to be more competitive, because we're just dominating the field. The game is just too easy, really. I know I finished 14th tonight, but for the most part, we seem to dominate in the truck and the Busch Series. The Cup Series has been a lot more competitive because we're racing as Casey Kane. You guys voted for me to see who I was going to race as in each series. So because I'm in B-tier equipment in the Cup Series, I think that's why it's more competitive. Plus, the races are longer, so it's a little easier for off-strategy things to happen. But yeah, tomorrow night, 200 laps, shorter race than what we even had today, and half-mile short track. Stay safe if you have any of those major thunderstorms coming. I mean, it should be raining here pretty soon. It's not getting super dark yet, but I would imagine in the next like half hour or so, it'll probably be downpouring here. So I'll hunker down. We'll be safe, and we'll be back again tomorrow night. Thanks everybody for watching. 6 p.m. Eastern, and we'll run that Toyota Raceway Park race for the Truck Series.